Many individual store owners that stock Ben & Jerry's are reversing course. Joining me now is Avi Kaner, one of the owners of the Morton Williams supermarket chain, which has 16 locations throughout New York City. Avi, thank you so much for being with us from New York. Tell me what you are doing in your stores with Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. We appreciate it, and we're honored to be able to support the people of Israel. This is basically not a boycott against, quote, occupied territories. This is specifically a boycott against Jewish communities that happen to be in disputed territories. Disputed territories include places like the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem. Who is Ben & Jerry's to say that little Jewish girls cannot have ice cream in the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem? And once again, this is nothing about occupied territory. If you look at one of the directors, her name is Anuradha Mittal. Anuradha Mittal retweeted, confirmation that the intention of the board was not to specifically occupy territories. It was to completely not do business with Israel at all. And the person she retweeted, his profile is abolish the police. So these social warriors are, I can't even say far left because that would be an insult to the left. These are extremists who have attacked not just Israel, but the Jewish people. They want to shutter down the Ben & Jerry's factory that's located in southern Israel, nowhere near any occupied or disputed territory. There are many places in the world that have incredible transgressions. You look at Malaysia. Malaysia has a population of 31 million people. In Malaysia, there's no freedom of religion, no freedom of the press. If they catch you for being gay, they throw you in jail for 20 years or worse. This is very, very selective boycott specifically against the Jewish people. And what we did, we took immediate action. We held a board meeting to decide how to deal with this. We decided to immediately cut off 100% of all promotional and advertising ties to Ben & Jerry's, and to immediately sell off our supply of Ben & Jerry's, relegating whatever we have left over to the bottom shelves in the stores. The idea is to leave the door open for Ben & Jerry's to hopefully contact us and have a discussion, and we can hopefully try to change policy. There is precedent to changing policy in these types of boycotts, and it has worked in the past. So we really are hoping for that. Additionally, this has not necessarily been in the news yet. I have personally been in touch with other supermarket owners in the New York area, and they have 3 supermarket owners. 2 out of the 3 have already agreed to do the same thing.
What is
very difficult? Yeah.
What is your sense on the legal fight, the option of legal proceedings against Ben & Jerry in New York State and dozens of other states that have anti-BDS laws on the books? Do you think it needs to go that route, or is the better, more effective, more reasonable thing to do what you're doing, individual store owners or chains to make the decision themselves to send the message?
The answer is both. You really have to attack on all fronts. This is not just about a little ice cream company, Ben & Jerry's, with misguided social warrior beliefs. This is a bigger picture. We need to set a precedent for all companies. So absolutely, we need to go to all 35 states that have BDS laws on the books. And I know the town of Hempstead, New York, actually was the first one. They convened an emergency meeting yesterday, and they've now banned Ben & Jerry's products from all of their institutions. And we've got to go nonstop. And once again, this is not about a little ice cream company. This is about a precedent.
Is this personal for you?
Well, it is very personal for me. I happen to be Jewish, and I happen to be in the supermarket business. And also, another reason it's personal for me, I've been working for the past few years, working intently on peace between Israel and the surrounding Arab countries. We have great relationships with all the Arab countries, including ones that don't have, quote, formal relations with Israel yet. And, it's very difficult. I mean, we need to, I think the Arab countries around Israel, I think they respect Israel for standing up, and certainly respect the Jewish people for standing up. We cannot just lie down and and just take this abuse. And once again, I call this a dog whistle. This is a specific dog whistle against specifically the Jewish people.